KTN News. Get the whole story.
A round of applause for these children. Thank you very much. I think us have heard the message quite clear. The message had a call to action. This is digital technology. The first one emphasized on the use of telephone. This one was emphasizing on the use of smart devices. Instead of viewing from the main screens, they would want smart devices so that it becomes a lot easier for them to see this. Thank you very much, and we really appreciate the ECD teachers from Kiambu County and the governor for Kiambu County. The next is we will listen a little bit to the video, and this video is about introduction to devolution, the voices of the children of the 47 counties. We went round to gather information on what they feel about devolution, and this is exactly what they feel, and there will be a call to action at the end of the video. So over to you, media team, please.
Hello, my name is Amanda. I am 10 years old as devolution in Kenya. Before I was born, everything was being done in Nairobi. This made it difficult for children from other parts of the country to get services such as health, education, and clean water. But when making the 2010 Constitution, Kenyans, including children, said it is important to have services available to everyone and everywhere. So, the country was divided into, can you guess how many counties? Yes, 47 counties as shown on this map. In 2013, during the general elections, Kenyans voted for their first governors, deputies, and MCAs. So this year, all county governments are 10 years old, just like me. On health, counties have made it easy for us to get health care. It is easy to get doctors, nurses, and medicine in clean and well-equipped hospitals. Mandara County, for example, has made efforts towards improved access to maternity services, increased referral hospitals from 1 to 3, and constructed new modern maternity ward. Nakuru County constructed a new 250-bed maternity wing at the Nakuru Level 5 Hospital to meet the demands for safer deliveries and provide specialized care to children born with complications. My younger brother got his jab to protect him from polio and TB.
The areas in which these children can't get access to vaccination, so it has been a really great impact to children so that they can get immunized at school.
We have a lot of areas where it is the risk of the children getting sick is very high, and since the vaccination program came, the risk was getting a bit low.
How many of you have been vaccinated from polio and TB? All of us. Awesome. Can we give a clap to the county governments? Thank you. On education, talking of my younger brother, the county government has made sure he has a beautiful school with really good teachers and lots of toys and books.
We bought tables, chairs, charts. It has helped in building ECD classes, employing the teachers of ECDE in a girls' school. It has helped in giving the girls sanitary towels.
77% of children who are supposed to be in schools are enrolled in early learning centers. Also, the county works with the Ministry of Education to make sure those of us who don't have money are able to go to schools by providing scholarships.
I'm a beneficiary of county. I'm being sponsored by county since I finished my class 8 KCP.
Something awesome that counties have also done is to make sure all children go to school, even those who are differently abled. They have done this by improving the construction and renovation of schools, parks, and recreational centers with features such as ramps, handrails, and accessible toilets to ensure children with disabilities can navigate these spaces independently.
Since devolution began, Kenyans have enjoyed essential services which have been brought near them.
The digital space is our new reality. To ensure that we are prepared for this new world, county governments provide training programs to students including children in pre-primary, teachers and community members with the aim of enhancing their digital skills.
The county government has improved service delivery by introduction of new learning materials which involve technology like the tablets we use in the resource room.
We cannot learn if we are hungry. Our governors are very caring and so they have ensured that we have food in schools. For example, the Garissa County government gives children a meal every day. The county government of Nairobi has started a program called Dishi Poa for all children enrolled in public primary schools and public ECDE centers.
Huku Garissa County government imesaidia watoto kulipia fees, pia imesaidia kuwapea chakula na inasaidia watoto wenye hawana wazazi mayatima.
In agriculture, where does food come from? From the farms. To ensure we have food, county government are teaching us to farm by making sure that agriculture is part of our ECDE programs. We learn about farming techniques, crop cultivation, and sustainable agricultural practices.
Agriculture is beneficial to the county as it brings about food stability. With the food stability, it can cause children to get proper nutrition as they will be provided with the proper diet.
We cannot have food in our farms if we don't have rain. And rain comes from, yes, trees. County governments have been holding tree planting events in schools and other public areas and involving children who take care of these trees within their schools. The counties have created a good environment for our parents to work. Sometimes we accompany our parents to their workplaces, including markets. To ensure our safety and well-being, county governments have established child-friendly facilities within markets. These facilities include designated play areas, child-friendly restrooms, and safe spaces for children to engage in age-appropriate activities while their parents or guardians work. In the next 10 years, I believe that Kenya will be much better than it is right now. And here is what the children want our county government to do.
And I would like my governor to help those children who need a lot of assistance. For example, those who need scholarships and food provided for them.
We need a road that lead to the school. That road is really not good. It becomes pathetic when it rains.
What I want my governor to do for children is to allocate more funds for local talent support.
What I would like my governor to do is continue with that good work and keep on helping the children, especially the street children.
I am requesting the county government of Homa Bay to provide sanitary towels for the girls in school.
I would like our governor to improve our infrastructure, by giving our children better education and building better hospitals.
Devolution holds immense potential for the realization of our children's rights. By granting children greater access to education, healthcare, and essential services, devolution has the capacity to create a brighter future for the younger generation. Children should be involved in decisions made in their counties to help them realize their full potential. It's really important to think about issues that matter to children when making moves in the country. We want to plan our own future. There is nothing for us without us. Remember, Devolution is all of us, because as much as we are from 47 counties, we are one country, one nation. Long live devolution, long live Kenya.
There is indeed nothing for us without us. That is not me, but the children of this country have said this. The call to action was very elaborate. The governor for Wajir, your children says that they would want improved health services. Governor for Kiambu, bursaries for all. And other governors, you will see this. For the PS, State Department, feeding program is a must to all children so that we can enhance the role. But basically, that is it. This is not a voice. It is the voice of the children. And this is a clear demonstration that for sure devolution is working. If children can feel it, then who else cannot feel it? With those very many remarks, I would want to call on, I would want to call on stage the following. The PS, State Department of Education, the Minister of Education, Belio Kipsang, please come on stage. The Vice Chair of the Council of Governors, Governor Abdullahi, please come on stage. The Governor for Kiambu County, His Excellency Wamatangi, please come on stage. The Safaricom representative, Ms. Cynthia Cropper, please come on stage. UNICEF representative, Robert, please come on stage. The chairman of M-Pesa Foundation, Mr. Joseph Ogutu, please on stage. Mary Nyale from M-Pesa Foundation on stage. I think the microphones are not working. Then the children president, Samuel Smith from Mombasa County. Where is the president? Please clap for your president as he comes over. President, come over. Your Excellency, the president, come over. And we have the Speaker of the County Assembly of Kiambu. Kindly come over. We have done this so that we ease time in terms of people walking up and down, because this is now where we are doing the real opening ceremony. Your Excellencies and the PS, representatives from UNICEF, the Governor for Kiambu County, the Vice Chair of the Council of Governors, the representative of Safaricom, the Chair of M-Pesa Foundation and the Head of students, the President of the children from Mombasa County, and the Speaker of this county, and children from the 47 counties and the chaperones. Good morning. Hi. How are you? As again, my name is Mwiti. I will just be giving a brief introduction of why we are here and the reason and the expectations for the 3 days conference. May I start by welcoming each one of us for this conference that is extremely very special to the devolution space and to this country, and special in that we are celebrating devolution at 10. And here present, we have children from the 45 counties represented here, save for only 3 counties. And for us, PS and His Excellency Governors, this is extremely a success from the previous conference that we held. And this is a clear demonstration that the counties and the nation at large is actually equal to the task in terms of us even taking stock of what there is. Why did we have to choose to have the children conference at this point in time? We are preparing for devolution conference in August from 15th to 19th, and one of the precursor activities was to have a children conference that will give an overview of what the children would want to see in terms of governance, in terms of leadership moving forward, and in terms of their voices to be heard as we shape the agenda and discourse for this country. And that's why today, as seated here, we have a Children Devolution Conference whose theme is empowering the young voices, a decade of devolution, and positioning the children of this country in the next 10 years. Number two, the importance is to have the voices of the children from this country in as far as what they would want to see in the leadership and how they should be involved in decision making so that when policies are developed in this country, their voice is heard. And this is because the children are our future, they are our hope, they are our light, and for that reason, we cannot light the world if the voices of the children are not incorporated in the policy-making process so that we're able to ensure and guarantee the future of having leaders that we so envisage. There is need for us, therefore, to have a world that is shaped by the decisions that the children would want to see and the aspirations that they want to see moving forward. And we thought as a Council of Governors, there could never be an appropriate opportunity to hear the voices of the children other than when you are celebrating 10 years of devolution, to see how we can shape the agenda for the next 10 years with the voices of the children in the corporate governance and the governance of this country. And that's why we decided to mount this conference so that we can have rich conversations around very many thematic areas that would shape the discourse that will eventually be outflowed into the devolution conference that is coming up. We want to see a responsive government, and a responsive government that is responsible and that protects the rights of the children. The Constitution of this country has given every child a right to education, to health, and to a safer living space. And unless we have this discourse around the children that are seated here, they've said clearly that there is nothing for them without them. We would want them to tell us what is it they would want to see in as far as their rights as enshrined in the Constitution are concerned. And I believe at the end of this conference, what is our expectations? We will have a communique that will have generated rich conversations from this conference that will be read in the main devolution conference where all the policymakers will be present so that as we do the conclusion of the communique for the larger conference, then the voices of the children will be heard and the policymakers will be able to pick issues that the children of this country have said that they would want to see those issues moving forward. From me as the CEO of the Council of Governors, I want to wish you the very best in the next 3 days, and I wish you that all the discussions that we will be discussed here will eventually shape the agenda for this country moving forward, and I believe we'll have a better place for the children of this country moving forward because we'll have heard their voices from the horse's mouth. From me, with those very many remarks, I wish you all the very best for a future that exceeds all your expectations. This is my prayer for you, and I believe you are raising champions from the people that are seated here. The future can never be guaranteed if we do not have a workforce or a children department that is quite enlightened of their rights and what they would want to see. As I conclude, in public participation, your voices must be heard in your respective counties. And I believe the call of action is extremely very clear on what you need to see moving forward. Asanteni sana, and may God bless us all. The next speaker. The next speaker is Mary Nyale from M-Pesa Foundation. Please just give your remarks, then we will proceed.
Thank you, Madam Mary. Our Principal Secretary, State Department of Basic Education, Dr. Belio Kipsang, our County Governor, Kiambu, His Excellency Kimani Wamatangi, our Vice Chair, Council of Governors and Governor of Wajir, FCPA, Ahmed Abdullahi, our Chairperson of Education Committee, Mr. Jonyo Tu. We also have our UNICEF County Representative, Dr. Robert Simiu, our Chief Enterprise Business Officer at Safaricom, Ms. Cynthia Kropak, our Chairman, Board of Governors here at M-Pesa Foundation Academy, Mr. Joe Gutu, ladies and gentlemen, and our distinguished guests, our esteemed representatives, and most importantly, the bright young students here with us today. Good morning. My name is Mary Nyale. I'm the acting executive head of M-Pesa Foundation Academy, where we are here today. Mine is to extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you here to the Children's Devolution Conference here at our academy. We are honored to have been selected as the host in this very important occasion where we celebrate and empower your voices as our young generation. To you guys as our children, you are warmly welcomed here. This is our home away from home. Feel at home, enjoy yourselves. You're in our safe hands and that of your teachers. As an academy, Your Excellencies, our children arrived very safely yesterday. When we had interactions with them, they have settled in very well. And we are truly humbled that you have selected our academy to host this occasion. We are actually even more humbled because as an institution, our primary objective as an institution is to develop and nurture transformational leaders hailing from all the 47 counties, and that is what is represented here. We strive for excellence, success, and positive impact, not only for ourselves, Your Excellencies, but also for our communities and the world at large. We assure you of our institution's support during this week throughout the conference, and we are available to support in any way that we are requested to. To you as the children who are here today, embrace this week. This is an opportunity that you share your insights, your aspirations, and your solutions. Remember that you hold our future. Let your voices be heard. Come up with the solutions. Let your stories be heard, and these stories will impact our society in future. Looking at all of you guys around in this room, I see your voices, I see your faces. I've heard your voices and how excited you are to actually be here. Remember, you're leaders for tomorrow. Enjoy yourselves, but also create impact. Let your voices be heard. Let us remember that indeed, if it was not for you guys, then we would not be here. To our partners and to everybody else who is here, I just want to say karibuni sana. Welcome to M-Pesa Foundation Academy. We are honored to be here, and together we can actually pave way and assist our children for a brighter Kenya and a brighter future. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Tumpigie makofi tena. You saw the motto as you're coming in: thinkers, doers, and leaders. And I believe as you live here, those are the three themes that will follow you as you move forward. Mary, thank you very much for hosting us, and we do not take this for granted. Next is the chair of the M-Pesa Foundation, Mr. Joseph. Please come and deliver your remarks.
Our chief guest, the PS in the Ministry of Education, Dr. Belio Kipsang, the Vice Chair of the Council of Governors, Governor of Wajir, Ahmed Abdullahi, our host governor, Governor of Kiambu, His Excellency Kimani Wamatangi, the Chief Enterprise of Business Officer of Safaricom PLC, representing the CEO of Safaricom, leaders from the national government, from the county government, distinguished congregants who are chief guests also, the young kids who are here. Now that I see the governor of Kiambu coming in, just to remind him that we used to go to the same gym at Intercont. Ukiona, wasili wanasema ukiona vielea vimeundwa. So those of us, and this is a good message for you young people, do exercise. When you exercise, your mind is healthy, your body is healthy, and you're always alert. Let me join Mary, our acting executive head, in really extending a very warm welcome to you all, and to say once again how delighted we are that we are able to host you here. Today we gather to recognize the immense potential that lies within our children and their rightful place in shaping the future of this country. So the concept of empowering children's voices is deeply rooted in the understanding that every child deserves to be heard, to be seen, and to be valued. It is a notion that transcends cultural contexts and constructs, emphasizing the importance of embracing our children's perspectives, opinions, and dreams. For far too long, the outdated notion that children can only be seen and not be heard has hindered their progress and their development, denying them their fundamental rights and freedom. I'm proud of the journey that we started here at M-Pesa Foundation Academy when the trustees were debating as to what contribution can we make to this country. And they chose to put up an academy that will focus on developing transformative leaders. And so when the academy opened its doors to its first cohort of students, this marked the start of the M-Pesa Foundation biggest program, and probably the one closest to our hearts because of the time we spent thinking through and planning to bring them to fruition. The thinking was that if Kenya hoped to nurture transformation leaders, then we must adopt an innovative approach to education. Through our programs, we aim to nurture active, compassionate, and successful lifelong learners. Keyword here, lifelong learners. While we acknowledge the progress made over the past decade of devolution, we must remain steadfast in our pursuit of a more inclusive society. We must continually strive for improvement, ensuring the children's representatives become an integral part of our governance structures. By doing so, we create opportunities for our children to flourish and take charge of their own destinies. The voices of our children do matter. Their ideas, their dreams, their aspirations hold the key to building a better future for all of us. By empowering our children, we lay the foundation for sustainable development and inclusive governance. In closing, let us remember the words of Amit Ray, who reminds us that every child holds within him or herself a spark of miracles and glory. And so it is our duty to empower them, to provide them with opportunities and platforms they need to let their voices soar and be heard. Let us embark on this journey of empowerment and transformation, where our children become the architects of a brighter, more prosperous Kenya. We wish you God's blessings and very fruitful deliberations over the next 3 days. I thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Chair, and for reminding the children that all of you have a spark of a miracle. I believe in these 3 days, you'll unearth your spark of miracles so that you're able to nurture it. Next is the Chief Enterprise Business Officers from Safaricom, none other than Cynthia Kropach, who's been extremely very supportive in ensuring that we cater for all the needs of the children in this M-Pesa Foundation. Cynthia, we really appreciate you from the bottom of our heart for making it possible for the COG to host this. Karibu.
Good morning. Good morning again. Louder? It's not loud? Can you hear me? Very good. Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Honorable Richard Kipsang, the Council of Governors Vice Chair, His Excellency Ahmed Abdullahi, Kiambu Governor, His Excellency Kimani Wamatangi, COG CEO, Mary Mwiti, and the ambassadors from all 45 counties, your dignitaries here. Actually, we're here for you. You are our chief guests, to be honest. All our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is Cynthia Kropach. I'm here representing Safaricom, and we're so pleased to have all of you here today and to be able to host you. It's honestly been a privilege to be a partner with the Council of Governors in bringing this event to this excellent institution. I tell you, when I went to school, it did not look like this. It did not look like this. Mine had a mabati roof that leaked. We did not have a nice auditorium like this. But isn't it wonderful to have a place like this to go to school? Ask your governors to give it to you. They will. They will, won't they? No clap for me for that? So our purpose at Safaricom, I think you know all of us. You know us for airtime. You know us for M-Pesa. But we are really much more than that. Our purpose for being, we sell the connected technology to enable lives to be connected, to enable lives to be transformed. And as I look out into this crowd today, and we think about our purpose of transforming lives, not just here in the present, but how it can transcend generations, I look at potentially the future leaders, not only of this country, but even perhaps of Safaricom. You could be sitting very much in this room. And in speaking to you today, I think about the theme of this conference around the future of our children and the impact of devolution. And at Safaricom, we think about our keen focus, not only in the service we have of delivering phone service, fiber service, internet service, but about how we're creating a sustainable social impact to our communities. And as ambassadors of each of the 45 counties, I think your 45 counties represented here today, do you know what the definition of an ambassador is? You're a representative that is here to either help us in creating relationship for trade, for culture, or for education. I'm going to give you a few things for you to take back to your counties, for you to represent the opportunities that companies like ourselves, partnering with the government, can bring about change and transformation. So I'm sure you all have paper. You all have paper and pencil or pen? So please take down. I'm going to just list a few things for you to take back and be ambassadors of your community, where you can think of what Safaricom as a company can bring to the table. So we're here at M-Pesa Academy. So M-Pesa Academy started in 2018. And the whole purpose of this academy was to provide education, top education opportunities for children, underprivileged children in all 47 counties. Over 1,000 children have come in through that gate. 500 children have already left those gates to progress their future. Another 500 are in residence. This type of opportunity is what we need to scale and grow to have a big impact. And it doesn't have to be just here, but this is an example of what can also be replicated in your counties. At this place, it's not just about education, it's also around mentorship, leadership skills, and also cultivating arts and sport talent. So it's not just thinking about the mind, it's also about your body, right? And your natural born talent and how we can cultivate that. So M-Pesa Academy is something you can go and talk about, and then talk to your leadership about how you can bring these type of capabilities back home. Another one is called Wezesha Elimu. Wezesha Elimu. So Wezesha Elimu is about enabling reconstructive and rehabilitative surgeries for our disabled children. So we aim and have striven to provide such surgeries to over 700 children, and I think we can do much more as we partner with government. So Wezesha Elimu. Another example of what we're doing in education is a program where we have been investing for the girl child to provide sanitary towels. On average, in a month, girls would stay home for 13 days, unable to go to school. So through this program of keeping girls in school, we're able to distribute sanitary towels so that they can continue to learn uninterrupted. Here's another one that you really need to take. It's a program called Ndoto Zetu. Ndoto Zetu, which was started 3 years ago, is about providing an opportunity for you to choose what programs you would want to invest in your community that bring the most impact. Last year alone, we funded 392 projects. These were dormitories, labs, gyms, different opportunities that highlight the significance and importance of education. Of those projects, 263 were purely around enabling learning. So the program Ndoto Zetu for this year opens up next week. So as representatives of your counties for children, please look for your leaders to be submitting for Ndoto Zetu starting next week for key opportunities to invest in education in your counties. The last one on education is called Zeraki Learning. So Zeraki Learning allows for video and audio solutions to be delivered for 20 shillings a day via SMS to children everywhere. So this is an example of providing education to marginalized communities in partnership with programs like UNICEF and Nokia, looking to provide digital literacy to 32,000 students in 90 schools, connecting them to the digital era. My fellow citizens and ambassadors out there, we are involved in much more than education. We're also involved in healthcare. I'll highlight just two. We have an initiative working on a telemedicine program which offers specialists in hard-to-reach areas. And we have initiated such programs in counties such as Baringo, Lamu, Homa Bay, where over 32,000 children have been provided with access to specialist care in collaboration with county governments. It's an opportunity to do much more. We have another program called Uzazi Salama, which is a program that is targeting 90,000 people to provide effective health care for mothers and young children in their communities. Then I'll talk to you about something that's exciting to me as a woman who works in technology. Kids in tech. We have programs for children that are sponsored by a program within Safaricom called Women in Technology. These are women who are so passionate about technology, they give their personal time to give back to children. And I want to talk to you about two programs. First one is Kids in Tech, which is aimed at children 7 to 14 to provide interactive kits, to teach you coding and development, to simulate real-world applications where you can learn digital literacy skills and strive to build a future talent. Kids in Tech. The other program is called Technovation. By the way, there are very many programs, so I'm just giving you a few. Technovation Challenge, this targets girls in high school, ages 14 to 18. And this program looks for these young students to submit applications that address specific problems in their community that could be solved by technology. And in this program, we help provide research, we help provide support in developing a business proposal, we even help in the coding and development and presenting the solution for judging and for financial support. So this is done with women who are providing coaching and mentoring and resources to allow for these students to achieve their dream. So this is a voluntary program in Safaricom, but in one we're very, very willing as women in technology to collaborate and provide this type of mentorship to children. Lastly, I'll talk about some fun things. It's not just about health and education, it's also about fun, isn't it? And one of the programs we have that we support. By the way, did you guys like the music you heard from the kids this morning, Ghetto Classics? I watched them this weekend on Saturday. And when we went on Saturday, we had to pay to listen to them. You heard them for free. People paid, and it was full. So that is an example of a program where we're enabling and supporting children to learn music and the arts. We also have another really important tournament called Chapadimba. Have you guys heard of Chapadimba? Yes. So this is a tournament for boys and girls ages 16 to 20 years. It began in 2018. We have been able to see young talent. Do you know these names? Do you know Benson Omala? David Majak? Judith Osimbo? You will know these guys, because they'll be superstars. These are kids who started through Chapadimba and who have had opportunities to have professional athletic careers overseas as a way of earning income and a career. So we have seen and been able to support and nurture such talent. I had a video, Madam CEO, I had a video to show for Chapadimba. If in your counties you do not have a team that has been registered for that tournament, let us know. Go into any Safaricom shop. We will help you get registered so that you are part of this really great institution. It's a tournament that lasts several months. The prizes, I forget, someone remind me what the prizes were. How much? It's in the millions. It's a lot. It's a lot of money. If you have not registered for your county, for your schools, please do so. If you need help, you get to any Safaricom person. We will help you register for Chapadimba. We'll show you a video when, Madam CEO, you think it's appropriate. But I thank you all for this opportunity to host you in our backyard. I hope as ambassadors you took examples of what Safaricom is doing. Take advantage, take that information back to your counties and engage in opportunities to develop this country together. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Cynthia. I would humbly request that you could share a brochure of what you've told us about the programs that you're running at Safaricom, so that you can share with all the 47 counties, and the children then will be able to patronize from a point of information. At this point in time, I want to recognize His Excellency, the Governor from Mombasa, His Excellency Abdul Swamad. Thank you very much. Shortly, he will be leading a session on understanding the devolution and impact it has on the attainment of children's rights in respect to education, health, food, nutrition, and housing, where the PS will be sitting with him so that you can have a discussion with the two leaders from a one-on-one position. Next, we'd want to have a Simiu on stage representing UNICEF, and I believe we'll keep it so that, yes, thank you very much and welcome.
Thank you very much. I think my name is Simi Robert, and I'm being called the representative of UNICEF. That is an aspiration. I am standing in for the UNICEF representative, Dr. Shaheen Nilofa, who unfortunately would not be here, but she sends your greetings. I think I'll put aside the speech and just speak from my head, because I am a father. And I have two daughters. One is 7 years, she's called Nana, and the other one is 2 years. And when I came in the room in the morning, I actually got a bit emotional, and I said, I wish I had come with my children. And why do I say that? Kids do matter, and in one or two questions, I would like to demonstrate why children matter, especially in Kenya. And this question should not be answered by a child. It will be answered by adults, and especially our leaders. So what is the percentage of children out of Kenya's population? So if you take Kenya's population being 50 million, and that becomes 100%, what is the percentage of children in that population? That side, anybody who has an answer, and I have a gift for you. Adults only. Out of the about 50 million Kenyan population, what is the percentage of children? I can see a hand here. Sorry? 43%. Not too far. Someone else? Sorry, come again? 53%. Okay, again, not too far, you missed the sweet. Anybody else behind there? There's a lady up there. 60%. Okay, you missed the sweet, but not too far. Okay, I will ask our guests, especially Excellency governors, because they make the decisions. My brother, Excellency Governor Matangi, what is the percentage of children in Kenya?
My current estimate should be around, the youth I know inclusive is about 73%. Is that very far from the children?
Okay. Yeah. Governor, you get half a sweet, eh? I'll give the answer. The percentage of children in Kenya is 46%. Okay? So for the children in the room, if you take 10 people in Kenya today and you line them here, about 5 are children. So nyinyi ndio wananchi. You are the owners of the country, isn't it? So if you are the owner of the country, you actually matter. And you need to be listened to. Now, the second question, and this one, I don't know who will answer it, is in Government of Kenya's definition, who is a child? A child is from which age to which age? Okay, there is a hand. Actually, children's hands are popping up now. The girl in the middle? Yes, please, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Alice Wakio from Senegal, and I would like to answer. I say that a child is a person from 0 to 18 years old.
Oh my goodness. I'd like to, maybe the people writing notes to get her name. She actually got it correct. A child in Kenya is below 18 years. So from 0 age to about 17.999 something months. Anything below that is children. That is important because if kids are about 50% of Kenya's population, and they're about 0 to 18, we can very quickly link to why we need to listen to them, but most importantly, the services that the children require for them to actually achieve their biggest potential. And when we start analyzing what the kids require, you start realizing there are things which they actually projected here. It's about health, it's about education, it's about water, it's about sanitation, it's about protection, it's about care and so on. And when you look at the structure of Kenya's government service delivery, you actually realize that majority of those services are actually devolved. And that is why excellency governors. I can see Governor Abdul Samad and the two governors seated in front. The counties become extremely important. And these children come from your county's excellency governors. So delivery of those quality services to the children then unleashes their potential in life. There are actually some counties where kids, and that's why the lady seated up there nearly got it right, there are some counties where children actually form 60% of the population. And therefore, in those counties, excellency governors, if you look at your budgets, then basically we are saying nearly 60% of those budgets need to be directly going to the services of the children. Now, one request that we would put forward is when you look at the county budget and economic forums, where citizens come together with excellency governors to actually present views of where the targeted resources need to go. You look at the structure of the county budget and economic forum, and you actually don't have representation of children. Yes, the youth are there, the women are there, and so on, but that structure does not have a child. It would be important that maybe through Madam Miti, that we actually look at restructuring the CBEF so that the child is actually represented. And then